collecting my roots. You see them? You see them? You see it? I know you see them. I know you see it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the second IGTV video series. If you missed the first video, definitely check it out. We discussed a few hair coloring tips and how to select the right shade. And in this video, we're going to discuss coloring your roots at home. So you've colored your hair and now you got the roots coming in, and now I'm going to show you guys how I color my roots at home and how you can do it as well. Huge thank you to Clairol for partnering with me on this video so we can make this happen. Now, first things first, why color your roots only? The reason you want to stick to your roots is because if you overlap the hair color and you start coloring in other places where you shouldn't be coloring besides the root, you're gonna overlap the hair color and you're gonna cause the color to be darker than what it is. So remember that color on color means dark. A lot of times people color their hair, either it came out too dark or the color that they didn't want, so they're gonna redo the process thinking that it's gonna get lighter, and it actually does the opposite. It makes your hair darker. So we want to be careful not to like overlap the hair color and just make sure you stick to the roots. So the question of the hour: how often should you be retouching your roots? Ideally, you want to be doing this or seeing your hairstylist about every 4 to 6 weeks. And the reason for that is because your scalp gives off heat. What are you talking about, Priscilla? What are you talking about? So naturally, your scalp gives off heat. If you passed about the 2 inches mark, you're gonna get hot roots. And what hot roots is, the roots of your hair will be way lighter than the rest of the color of your hair. So not a lot of people have, the luxury or the time or the funds to see a hairstylist every 4 to 6 weeks. And it's expensive, I understand. So this is definitely a great alternative for you to do at home if this is something that you can't keep up with if you have color treated hair. So with Clairol, this is gonna offer 100% great coverage, and it's also gonna last about 3 weeks. So picking my hair color wasn't hard at all. I literally only just had to select the same color that I colored my hair before, which was this one, the 6A, which is the ash, and that's gonna cancel those unwanted red tones. Now let's go ahead and open the contents of the box. So inside we have the color, the developer, the mini bowl where you'll be adding the color mixture, the brush, and the instructions. And I always want to stress, read the instructions and always do the skin allergy test 48 hours before beginning the application. You always want to make sure you're not allergic to color or anything like that before beginning. So starting out with step 1, which is the tube of color, I'm just going to squeeze everything out into the small plastic container, and then I'm going to take step 2, which is the developer, and pour it into the container and mix it well together. Also, don't start mixing the color unless you're absolutely ready to begin coloring your hair. I always use an old shirt to protect myself, but you can also wrap a towel if that's better. So working in sections is pretty important, especially if you want the application to be very even and saturated. So I'm gonna part my hair into 4 quadrants so I can work that color through efficiently. Most important part, guys, we're only gonna touch the roots, not the rest of the hair, just the roots. So I'm gonna begin by just outlining this whole quadrant and just applying the color right at the root. I'm making sure I don't overlap the color as I'm just coloring the regrowth, the hair that only needs to be colored. I use the tip of the brush so I can make clean subsections so I can apply the color evenly in between. I'm going to continue to take about 1/2 inch sections and continue to go all the way till I get to the bottom. There's no set method to this. You can start from bottom to top or top to bottom, whatever your preference is. Also, be easy on how much color you're taking to apply to the hair. You don't want to take too much of the color, but you want to take just about enough to make sure you're saturating the hair so you get an even application. I'm using a second box now because I ran out of color. So if your hair is pretty dense like mine, definitely use 2 boxes just to be on the safe side so you don't run out of color. Now I know you're wondering, how are you gonna do the back side? So typically the best way I would say is you kind of just have to like feel the partings out, and then you can apply the color from there, or you can use a mirror to help you out, or if you're just not comfortable, just ask a friend to help you out with the back sections. Now that I'm finally done applying the color, I'm gonna let it process for about 10 minutes and then rinse it out. So as you can see, the color match was perfect and the roots blended in seamlessly. So this wraps up this whole tutorial of root coloring. And if you guys want more information about Clairol and their products, definitely check out their website, check out their collection and everything that they have to offer. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!